Welcome or welcome back to Songbird Messages and Meditations. This is Songbird coming to you for a collective reading for entrepreneurs, creatives, and dreamers. Now, keep in mind, only take what resonates and trust that the message that sometimes comes through doesn't always align exactly with the direct meaning of the card. Sometimes it's the photo or the combination of cards or the messages that I'm hearing and channeling that I will share. And again, you just take what resonates for you. If there is a companion meditation, you can find that at the link below, and also the link to book a personal reading with yours truly. And for today, the message that I already downloaded is that the problems that you're currently facing don't exist on your highest timeline. Again, the problems that you're currently facing, I feel guided to shuffle one more time, do not exist on your highest timeline. So what else does Spirit have to say about that? The problems that you're currently facing do not exist on your highest timeline. What else do we need to talk about today, Spirit? What else do we need to say about that? What is the message for the collective here? Maybe you are feeling shy to communicate right now, or there's something you need to say that you're holding back and not communicating. There we go. Okay. See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. These cards are so interesting. It's called the Cosmic Journey Oracle deck, and I love it, but it's also just a little trippy. So what I love about this is when we talk about your highest timeline, that lines up so beautifully with the galactic destiny, right? That if you stand in that identity of your highest timeline and see through that lens, that perfect purple lens of your ultimate destiny, your highest timeline, your highest and greatest, that will inform what you feel and what you choose and how you respond to what's happening right now. You are at the divine Y point. So this is, again, a crossroads. This came out in reverse. You know what? I'm going to keep it like this because these don't really have reversal meaning, so to speak. But what I'm hearing is you are at a crossroads. You get to either choose to continue to make decisions and look at things from the furnace of affliction, from the problem, from the challenge, from what you don't want, or you can choose kind of like this side, right? Looks crazy and chaotic and scary. Or you can choose to see things from your kingdom of heaven, your highest timeline, your galactic destiny. I love the rainbow with the beautiful, like, happy clouds. This is your crossroads right now. What are you going to decide? What are you going to open yourself up to? Are you willing to trust that the desires and trust the goodness that Spirit has for you? Or do you want to keep paying attention to the problems and creating more of that? Your 11-year-old self. Ooh, the feeling, I immediately felt this like gut punch. What I'm sensing here is that your 11-year-old self is in the driver's seat right now. What happened when you were 11 years old that formed your belief system, formed your concept of self that is running the show right now? And what do you need to do to transmute and heal that? How can your now self show up for your 11-year-old self and undo that, I love this, like, poopy thinking, undo that, paradigm, that limiting belief, that way of thinking that is informing your current challenges? You get to show up for yourself in a way that maybe your parents didn't, but your now self gets to. Okay. Divine Dragon. What I'm sensing with this, again, my gut, for some reason, there's this strong, like, pulsating feeling all of a sudden on these last two cards in my gut. What I'm sensing is that life is asking you to slay the dragon of your limiting beliefs. The divine dragon, right, is ultimately this supportive helper that slays all the bad shit and leaves space for the good that you want in your life. And life is asking you to show up for that 11-year-old self and slay that dragon. What happened at 11 years old? Because now all of a sudden I'm feeling almost like short of breath. My gut and my breathing are heavily impacted by whatever this energy is. That's very strong. I feel on the verge of tears. I feel like there's just this energy that I can't even explain. It's very heavy. Life is asking you to let that go. Do whatever it is you need to do to transmute it. Therapy, emotion code, somatic healing. Go boxing, punch the shit out of pillows. Move that energy. Love on that 11-year-old self. Go back and do what some people call a revision. What if you were to rewrite that story and live from now as if the story was whatever that revision is? Because that energy, that heavy energy, is what's keeping you from really living from the vision and the highest timeline and the calling and the purpose of your life. And I don't want you to miss out on that. Spirit doesn't want you to miss out on that. And oh my goodness, this energy is crazy. So let's talk a little bit more here. Let's clarify these cards with some tarot. What is it that we need to know about the purple lens of your galactic destiny? Got one more shuffle. I always feel like, thank goodness I have these huge hands. I don't know how people with smaller hands shuffle these 70-something card decks. Okay, what jumped out is the Four of Emotions, the Four of Cups. So deep in that sense of longing, right? Right now what I'm hearing is you're longing for whatever it is that you're manifesting. You're longing for the identity of abundance, of success, of whatever it is that your goal is and that you're working toward. I feel this sense of longing and this almost like competing energy on a day-to-day basis of, am I going to focus on the problem or am I going to focus on what it is that I want? And this is just a confirmation that Spirit is saying, you need to see through the lens, see the problem, the now problem, through the lens of your highest timeline and your highest and greatest and your galactic destiny. I feel really like something about her shirt, these cute little ruffles. I don't know if you can see that. The cute little ruffles, her little headband, like maybe someone relates to dressing like this or dressing similarly. Look at those shoes. They're almost like a dancer's shoes. And what I see here is like a longing to be in the creative energy, a longing to be in your creative space. But maybe right now you're in a 9-to-5 that you don't love and you're focused on the stress of feeling like you don't know how to get out of that. And life, Spirit is saying, you don't need to figure out the how, just focus on what you want and put on those purple glasses of what you want and look at life now from that lens and trust that I'll do the rest. Spirit's like, I got you. I'll figure out the how. I'll make a way. You don't have to do that part. You do not have to do that part. All right, talk to us about the divine why point, this crossroads, this decision point. Talk to us about this. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. 10 of materials. Oh my gosh, confirmation. So I love that it even like has almost this similar imagery here, the tree imagery, but focus on your 10 of materials. Focus on your ultimate dream, your ultimate vision, the abundance, the family. 10 of materials is like the 10 of pentacles. So the sturdy, solid, secure life that you're envisioning, put on those glasses. Focus on that. Let's talk about this 11-year-old self immediately. I'm already feeling that energy. 2 cards just jumped out at me. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have the Ace of Inspiration in reverse, and we've got the Moon in reverse. So first of all, what I'm hearing is that like there's something hidden from you in your childhood, in your experience. Something is amiss from that space that life is wanting to illuminate. And I think this Ace of Inspiration in reverse is also a reminder that you're out of creative alignment because of whatever this is that needs to be addressed, that you are trying to access something that's just blocked right now because you're not feeling ready to focus on and heal. And here's the thing. Of course, I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not going to give you medical advice. At the same time, as someone who had my very own 11-year-old self wounds to heal, and in some ways I'm like, I hear you, Spirit. I'm going to go back and do some digging myself and make sure that I'm picking up the message that's here for me as well. But there's so much scientific research about the impact of our childhood on our thoughts, beliefs, self-concept, and our self-concept is what ultimately runs the show. And so when you have a self-concept that's wounded because your 11-year-old self took in messages and thoughts and beliefs that were not supportive of who you're now becoming, we have to address them in order to move forward. It's almost like you're trying to beat into yourself these affirmations or this new information or a new way of thinking without addressing this root. You're working really, really hard. And this is almost like sharpening the saw and allowing you to get there so much faster and so much healthier without that toxic positivity of avoidance. Life is asking you to really look at it. Maybe it's time to book the therapy session you've been considering. Maybe it's time to book that somatic healing session that you've been thinking about, or go floating in a sensory deprivation tank, whatever it might be. All right, what do we need to know about this divine dragon? What do we need to know about this divine dragon, Spirit? What is it that we need to know about this divine dragon? Oh my goodness, this is a lot of cards. Let's see. There we go. Page of Emotions in reverse. I love this imagery of the octopus. I feel like I pulled this card the other day, and it's got this beautiful like forest of imagination, of wonders, of adventure right there in the right there in the spot in my belly that I've been feeling is weird, this part of the reading. And so in that space, in your like solar plexus, in your gut, there's something that you feel called to. But right now, this sort of octopus of the past and limiting beliefs and self-concept issues is blocking you. But you feel it and you see it and you know it. And so what does it look like to step into that divine dragon energy, or to even use that octopus energy to sort of sucker to those limiting beliefs and rip them out of your paradigm and let them go once and for all? Because that's what's blocking your way to this vision, this ultimate destination that you would love. I don't know why I had those cards wonky. It was driving me nuts. I love that. I am feeling really, really called to check out these money cards right now. This is The Money and the Law of Attraction by Abraham Hicks. And what is the message you have for us here, Spirit, as we wrap up this conversation? What else do you want us to know? Love this. I can give my attention to positive aspects. It says, things are coming into your experience in response to your vibration. Your vibration is offered because of the thoughts you are thinking, and you can tell by the way you feel what kind of thoughts you are thinking. Find good feeling thoughts, and good feeling manifestations must follow. Make a decision to look for the best feeling aspects of whatever you give your attention to, and otherwise look only for good feeling things to give your attention to, and your life will become one of increasingly good feeling aspects. If that is not confirmation of everything we've talked about, the thing is, in order to give your attention to positive aspects, life is asking you not to bypass this stuff and pretend like it didn't exist, but to address it head on and deal with it. And so that's what's blocking your way to wearing those purple lens of your galactic destiny and living in that increasingly good feeling aspects mindset and mentality. So that is what I have for you today, friends. If you want to connect with me and get a personal message, please click the link below. The companion meditation is also going to be linked below, and we will see you soon.